How come everything has got to be so hard? How come every dream seems to be so far? How come every day has got to be so hard? How come everything has got to be so hard? That's just life. That's just life. That's just life. How come everything has got to be so hard? How come every dream seems to be so far? How come every day is stripped from motion sickness, give the gift of love. There's hearing things to see me say, it's just a way to play a game. Fiery thoughts inside my brain have given way to thoughts insane.
So, a creature for my amusement. Prepare for battle.
Well, it's nighttime, don't you know? There's a place you need to go. Grab your gal and grab your bow, 'cause it's time for the secret show. If you're feeling sad and low, and you're running out of dough, make it quick, don't take it slow, and head for the secret show. It's time for the secret show.
Greetings and salutations here from the Central Time Zone. It's 11:14. That's a long ass countdown, right? But you get to hear some cool tunes from some independent artists, and I'll admit I stole the idea from Jimmy Dore with the music at the beginning, but at least you have a countdown, right? So when everything's going, it's not like the La Cucaracha music that he plays for like 45 minutes. You're like, where the fuck's the show going to start? So we try to keep things in order around here. Wait a minute. What are you doing over there? There's nothing for you to see over there, sir or madam. Should probably not look. Weather down south Texas, Texas way, Rick. We got some video with Game.film. He was down there. He said he was out of power, but he got his power back. So let's go around the horn here. We got Ghost Start over there manning the store on Rumble. Good to see ya. God's loophole is cherry picking the Bible. Yes. I often have difficult conversations with evangelical Christians, because when you ask them the just common sense questions about some things, they're like, you gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. You gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. Rockfin, not anything going on yet. A programming note on Rockfin, and I heard Kevin talking about this on Black Bear News the other day. That something's up with Rockfin. There's some weird shit going on with Rockfin. When I go in there now, it's just kind of weird. You can't see on the desktop, you can't see followers, how many followers you have on there. On the phone app, you can. It's just, and now they don't have you can't do free shows over there. So I don't know how long I'm going to be doing shows on Rockfin, because there's no point. You have to, it's like you need Nicolas Cage and a ragtag group of adventurers to get any money out of Rockfin. It's just ridiculous platform. You have to convert Ray tokens into dollar tokens, and then you can transfer it. And then you need like Ethereum and for gas fee. It's all part of that crypto shit. I hate fucking crypto with a passion, man. I am not down for that plan. Talking Wombat. It says Wombat. I'm assuming you mean Wombat, but I'm going to say Wombat. Today I learned that Uncle Warren is not my... No, I hope not. Those DNA tests, well, they're not always 100%, but I'm pretty sure we ain't no kin. And if we are, I ain't got no money. So, it's all good. Let's go over to our friends on YouTube. Choosy, you hear about the lost scrolls. There was like extra books of the Bible, like the lost book of Enoch, and like I think Lilith was one. I don't know, some other things. I get the lost book of Choosy up in here every time. He's always unearthing these scrolls of this rando ass shit. Choosy spitting it out. At least it's not boring. So good to see you, Choosy. We got Bella in the house. What's up, Bella? Steve G. Hello, Steve G. Good to see you, Steve G. Kate. Hello, Kate. You removed Rockfin from your apps. Yeah, man. It's it was promising at first, but it's just way too sketchy. It really is. It's bad enough trying to get money out of YouTube. They have their little thing. You have to have a certain amount before they let you have it, and then they don't. Anonymous, what's that? You my favorite weirdo apart from me, really? Aw, Moose. I heart AM. Desert Mantis. I unsubbed from Rockfin a few months ago. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing. There's like, normally I wouldn't give a shit, but there's like a couple of regulars that watch on Rockfin. Mostly during the week when we're doing the news show. And, I don't want to assume they're premium members, and I damn sure ain't gonna ask people to pay like $14.99 a month for that garbage ass app. And no, I wouldn't even ask people for Monopoly money for that. But so there's still people on there doing well. They're getting a lot of views on there. So, who else we got up in here? Kate, my sweetheart friend, my future Spider-Man and Wonder Woman love fantasy sex scenario. I didn't know how to stop. There's no brakes on that one. CBC voter, hello, my friend. It's good to see you. You need matches. I like to go up to people on the streets sometimes just randomly and act like the guy down at the bodega, where it's like, hello, my friend. Hello, my friend. You need matches today. You need matches. You need straw. You need straw for a drink. No, I didn't even get a drink. Why are you even asking me for that shit? But, that's how they roll, man. That's their thing. Of course, Rick down at Tejas. I hope you're okay, Rick. Tell us the story, Rick. Dingo ate me baby over there on Rumble. Hello. Man, Rumble's popping right now. That's the place to be. And the 2 is the number 2, not T-O. Who else? Miguel, my friend. Hello, Miguel. Good to see you. Miguel's been around here for a long time. These all y'all some OGs up in here from back in the day. Willie, thank you for the $10, man. Willie says, the Israeli Mossad think it's 1985 when homophobia was more mainstream in the West. Glenn Greenwald is one of the most consistent civil libertarians and free speech absolutists. Greenwald is based. Warren is like Genghis Khan. He's everyone's like, right? It's the what's his name? Wilt Chamberlain from the NBA. Said he slept with 10,000 women, and I wonder, how many he slept with.
Get your hand off my penis!
That's he said exactly the opposite of that. He said, "Get your hand on my penis, many times, please." Who else we got? Thanks for that, Willie. Willie. You're always very generous to this show and in life as a person with your knowledge and your kind care for people. Willie, you're a good person in this space. We need more people like you. Of course, we got Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show Intergalactic, another dimension, in here. Good to see you. He's working on a new episode of the Peabody Award winning Chuck's Intergalactic UFO Show on YouTube and on Rumble. So check it out. He's got little shorts and he's got his full shows on there. They're out of this world. They're out of this world. Yeah, it was like that. So anyway, they're not all gems. In fact, none of them are gems at all. They're all just, it's pyrite and the bedazzler jewelry. That's what my jewels are the bedazzle jewels that you put on blue jean jackets. Is that still a thing? You remember the bedazzler, man? Some of those people with patience, they would just they put all those little rubies and sapphires, whatever that on there, on these jackets, man. It was just it was popping. It was some good shit. I miss those days. I had a blue jean jacket. I had all these rock patches all over, Floyd and Zeppelin, I had Skinner on there, the Yes, and I think Def Leppard, Warrant. No, I'm kidding. Kajagoogoo. No. Boston. I had a Boston patch on there. I love Boston, man. Boston, with the Foreplay Long Time. That's a good one. Everybody knows More Than a Feeling. That's like their bread and butter. But they got all kinds of other good tunes on there. Smoking's a good tune. Smoking, do smoking, be alright if you keep on talking. I drove down to Mobile, Alabama with a buddy of mine in his Ford Falcon, and we was listening to Boston. That's some good shit. Anywho, are we still on the air? Okay. I haven't seen anybody in the chat just say anything. So wait a minute, let me do something here. We got people in here? Okay. Bella, I think I said Peace Dove. Hey, what's up, Peace Dove? I hope I said hello. Corbeck, good to see you. I know Charlie, wait a minute. Mr. Hess, I saw your name in here. You poked your head in. I just want to make sure I wasn't imagining that, because I imagine a lot of things in life and not all good. And not in the right appropriate times, like in court, or if I'm being shaken down in the alley by somebody. Wait, what happened? Yeah, Charlie. I did see you in there. Okay, good. Very good. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with hallucinating as long as it's safe and, you don't do it on the regular because, that might hurt. And I don't want anything bad to happen to you guys. So good evening. This is The Secret Show. I'm your host, Uncle Warren, as the thing said, a little scripty there. I like the little, wait a minute, the little, I want to do one of those little write-on things that make it all douchey. No, I don't want to do that. Choosy with his books. I love you, Choosy. But you be I wish I could record these chats. I think there's a way I can do it, but I'm not going to do it. I don't know. If I could do it and to put together everything that Choosy had, all his comments, and put them together as in like paragraphs in a book, it'd be a wild ass book, man. Let's check in. Well, wait a minute. First, we got, I need to beg for people because this chicken has threatened me and my family many times. If I don't provide this information, he said, soon you'll learn where the bodies are buried, but you'll never be able to tell anybody. And so I don't want to die. I don't want that. I don't want the X's for eyes. Like in the cartoons. That's how they do it in the cartoons. That's how you know somebody's dead, with their eyes are just X's. And maybe a tongue is like, the tongue's hanging out. Oh yes, ExtraBulla. If you put all of Choosy's comments together from every chat he's been in, they're a bit of everything. I know, right? It'd make War and Peace look like a pamphlet. It looked like, yeah, man, it looked like that shit be like this thick. Whoo! That is a lot of Choosy. And Choosy don't even care. Choosy probably don't even listen to this. He's like, fuck this guy. I'm going to say what I want. You thought it was a secretive show. I was hoping for some hot action. Oh, well, there's hot action, my friend. Have you not checked out our poll? Giggity. I mean, have you not checked out our poll?
Giggity, 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 go.
There we go. So let's check in on the poll. We got our poll tonight. I'm trying to be more interactive with this show because you guys are so much fun. We got to get you in the mix. And I know you don't want to be on camera, so fuck that. But we can try and get you involved in more ways like this. So tonight's question is anal beads or butt plugs. And going back to our roots of this show being like some dirty ass, filthy, random shit in the middle of the night. So I'm very disappointed that no one has chosen anal beads so far. We have 15 votes. Don't knock it till you try it, folks. Benoit balls. Let me just explain what anal beads to the unwashed, what they are. So it's like say you got a string of pearls, right? So you have the pearl, and then you have a little space, and then you have the pearl, then you have a little space, whatever it is, right? Very smooth balls, right? And you push that into your sphincter, into your pucker, right? Where the poop comes out. You push it in, and then there's a little string, and then you just slowly pull one out, one at a time, and it opens your pooper, and then whoop, and then it opens your pooper, and whoop. And it does this over and over, and you get this rhythmic thing, and people be like, I shouldn't have to be teaching you about anal beads at your age. You ought to know by now. So still, even with my pitch, 0% on anal beads, butt plugs. Let's see. So right now, why do I keep taking these polls is at 56%, and rightfully so. As it is ironic because you took the poll. to express that you question why you take polls, particularly this one. And right now, number 2, butt plugs. All right, I feel the hope. I feel the love. Chris and Corbeck, what's up? Trying to swallow anal beads sucks. Yeah, don't swallow them. What's up, man? You know I got to teach these youngins. Yeah. You gotta tell them that I'm not let's see, at 19% we got backdoor is exit only. Hey, and I respect that. You know, sometimes you don't want to use the trash compactor as some sort of sex object. You know, you just want to get rid of your shit. So we had to give an answer to get rid of the poll questionnaire. No, that's not going away. That's not going away at all. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, check out the poll and answer it honestly. We don't want any fibbers. Don't be fake. Be honest. We're open and honest around here, bruh. Right? You know, open your mind. Like, it's like Terrence McKenna, only it's 2025, you know, expand, open your third eye, decalcify, bruh. Sorry. Uh-oh. Choosy has responded. Yeah, only wise asses tell me I should write a book. All they have to do is print out my chats and comments for 8 years. You get more than an encyclopedia. The reason for all the new data centers. Well, half that shit's the Knights of Malta. If you've never seen the Choosy show in the chats, it's fun. Choosy's a very wonderful person. Gives you lots of knowledge, whether you want it or not. So. I'm just being a tease. Just teasing you, Choosy. Don't be mad at me. All right. So we got lots of videos as usual. Unfortunately, no chickens tonight. I don't know. They're live, but so this is Chicken City on YouTube. They're over there in Eastern Canada, and they have this chicken party meter up here in the top right-hand corner there. And look at this meter. Yeah, well, how you gonna have a chicken party? You can't even see the chickens. This may be your closet where you grow your weed. You know? Fuck is this? Anyway, I'm sure there's chickens there though. They don't really do fake chickens there in Canada, or they might. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to shit that much. So yeah, that was some fun stuff. So down onto the next one. I'm down onto the next one. So oh no. So yeah, tomorrow's the 1st, so that means Pride Month. June is Pride Month, so get ready. Whether you're into it or not, you just be prepared for it. You need to be prepared for some shit that's coming up this week. Our buddy down here, Game.Film, I think he's in Texas. He said, finally got power back early this morning. Need to do a lot of mopping, throw away everything in the fridge. Anxious to plug the PC back in and get to streaming. Stay tuned. And so he has, here's a short video of the storm and damage. It's about 17 seconds. So let's check this. Oh, that's a lot of rain. Look at that, all soppy. I mean, I guess it could have been a hell of a lot worse, but you know, shit, that's just nice little river. Yeah. So. And so we're glad you're okay, buddy. He says definitely moving out in July. Landlord took forever to repair one bathroom, and there's trees that look like they might fall on the house in the future. Yes, probably a good idea. I don't know. Sometimes life throws shit at you, and it's like telling you that you need to get the fuck out of the way. Get out of that, whatever you're doing. Fun part of anal beads is you grab the ring and yank, and she gets off and takes off like one of those motorcycle toys, like the Evil Knievel motorcycle. Oh no, that was the hand crank. But yeah, I know what you mean. You put and you put it down and oh shit. You stupid Poppy. Yeah, exactly. But you don't want to just like, that would hurt. You do that slow little do it. Get me all crazy. I noticed our live viewer number has dropped since we started talking about anal beads. So we shall move on. Anyway, shout out to Game.film. Check him out on YouTube and on Twitch too. He does a lot of fun gaming streams, and he does some thought-provoking topical videos too. So check out his shit, man. So you got that shit going on, right? And now you got this shit. So a severe geomagnetic storm could spark auroras, disrupt communications next week. Willie, holy shit, beads. Anal beans. Wait a minute. Is that a thing? No. Stop it. So yeah, and we're gonna explain all this shit in just a second. But basically, you got this big lump of plasma that just shoots off like the sun's blowing a load, right? And this big load of plasma is coming off and heading towards Earth, and we're probably gonna get a facial. Because what was it, last weekend? No, weekend before last. That fucked up the show. There was one that grazed our magnetic shield. And it was like 600,000 miles wide or something like that. Something huge. So Cowboy Kitty. Is this show an ad for Shmooly dildos? If the price is right, look, if Shmooly wants to sell dildos on here, I'll sell them. I don't give a fuck, man. I like money. Yeah. So let's get into this. A powerful solar storm is on the way, and it could disrupt communications, GPS systems, and even produce rare auroras across parts of the U.S. early this week coming up, according to weather experts. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, that's NOAA, has issued a G4 severe geomagnetic storm watch for Monday, June 2nd, after a coronal mass ejection, the sun blowing a load. An enormous burst of solar plasma erupted from the sun on Friday, May 30th. The CME is expected to reach Earth by Sunday evening, that's tomorrow night, and could spark strong geomagnetic activity almost immediately. Initial storm levels may reach G3, which is strong, with conditions potentially intensifying to G4 by Monday. So think about this as like a hurricane in space that's coming towards the planet, right? Although the forecast indicates strong potential for disruption, officials note that the exact timing and intensity of the storm are still uncertain. Here's the thing. So the Earth is approximately 93 million miles from the sun, right? Much of the impact will depend on the CME's magnetic orientation. As data will only be known once it reaches solar wind observatories located about 1 million miles from Earth. Now, these things are traveling like super fast, right? So it's in the last million of the 93 million before we're going to even know how powerful this thing is. Upon arrival at those spacecraft, We will know the magnetic strength and orientation that are very important to what levels and duration of geomagnetic storm conditions are expected to occur, NOAA officials noted in the weather warning. What does this mean for Earthlings? Chuck, you need to go talk to the sun, man. You need to go tell the sun to quit fucking around with us, man. While most aurora activity is typically seen closer to the poles, strong geomagnetic storms can push auroras farther south. That's what happened a couple of weeks ago. They were seeing them in Nebraska. Depending on how intense the storm becomes, parts of the northern U.S. may be treated to rare views of the northern lights. They're saying as far south as like New Mexico, they could see them. A G4 level storm could lead to GPS errors, radio signal disruptions, and even voltage irregularities in power grids, though these impacts are less likely at lower altitudes. Right. It really depends on how powerful this thing is. Right. So the Earth, because it has like an iron core that spins, it has this magnetic shield around it. Right. So that's why you get a little radiation that comes in that you can get sunburns and cancer, skin cancers if you stay out in the sun too long. But, it, for the most part, it protects the planet from like radiation and whatnot. So when you get solar flares like that, it's like the shields on the Starship Enterprise, right? It's like the shields of the planet, and these plasma ejections hit the shields. And if it's powerful enough, it can knock out the shields and leave the planet vulnerable to more radiation, more solar blasts that could fry all the stuff down here. And the worst case scenario probably is this thing, if it hits head on, there's a good possibility it could fry a lot of satellites. Because there are so many satellites up there. I would say just be careful this weekend, with your electronics. If you have a bunker, you're probably like, oh, who's the nut job now, huh? I'm going to take my electronics downstairs, bitches. I want to get one of those silos out in Kansas or whatever, that the abandoned silos that they sold to like these billionaires, that they're making underground bunker apartments and like swimming pools and all kinds of nice shit underground for the apocalypse. High frequency radio communications used in some transoceanic flights and navigation systems may be affected. Airlines and space agencies are monitoring the situation closely. The storm is expected to taper off by Tuesday with lingering G1 to G2 minor to moderate conditions possible. So, there was a thing that happened back in the 1800s. It's called the Carrington event. It's named after the guy who noticed that the sun was spitting out these loads of plasma. And back then, the best technology that they had communication wise was telegraph, right? So you had telegraph lines all over the country, right? So anything that had anything to do with that, the telegraph wires got fried. Some of the telegraphs were working wirelessly because there was so much energy going through there. It was crazy. Your washing machine is trying to go next door. Moose, you need to get a new one, man. If it's walking around like that, yeah, we don't want that. We don't want the Carrington level event, because that one, we didn't have satellites in the sky, and it was just telegraph lines. But a lot of them caught fire. A lot of equipment caught fire. It was crazy. So if something like that happens now, the satellites more than likely going to be fried. Maybe not all. It depends. It could, if it's like a concentrated blast on the planet, it may only wipe out a section of them or something. But if it's, 600,000 miles wide, And, anyway, but worst case scenario, it penetrates the magnetic shield around the planet and fries all of our electronics down here. So all your computers, your phones, your Bitcoin, everything digital, anything that has to do with electronics, circuitry, kiss it goodbye. Peace, and chicken grease. That shit is gone, right? There's a show called Revolution that came out about 10 years ago. And it wasn't a very good show. In my opinion, there's too much drama, but I like the concept of it as if like they pulled the plug on the planet, like the power went out. For some reason, any electrical appliance didn't work, just stopped. So 8%, okay. All right, 5% for anal beads. Thank you, my anal bead nation. These polls, they're just gonna get worse. I'm sorry, they're just gonna get worse. All right, so this is who is this? So this is Space Weather News. This thing I'm about to show you right here. No, nobody told you to do that. You're the devil's naked ladies. All right, so this is Space Weather News. It tells you a little bit more about it too. It gets a little more sciencey in there if you're into that sort of thing. So let's listen.
Good afternoon, folks. This morning we looked at this long-duration, high-range M-class solar flare near center disk, which released a very strong CME. We showed the flare and resulting plasma ejection on SOHO. We forecast level 2 or 3 solar storm conditions when it impacts, but said that level 4 was possible if it arrived very quickly and had southern magnetism embedded within it. Well, NOAA has finally updated their forecast and predicts level 3 conditions tomorrow and level 4 conditions on June 2nd. And this is despite their models having the CME arrive 12 to 18 hours later than the NASA model we showed this morning. Solid, high-density impact, plasma speed near 1,000 kilometers per second. If that's what we get, even that late, and it has southern magnetism, then I agree totally. We could see level 4 storms, probably about 50-50 between that level 4 and level 3. It is worth noting that the proton surge has crested into storm levels as well now, still in low range and only a concern for satellites and polar flights. But we've got the CME on its way and the big sunspots still directly facing Earth. They have kept up the M-class flaring, but no more CME releases. We will keep watching. Folks, there's virtually no chance this is a Carrington-level solar storm, the solar kill shot, but I'm very anxious to see how our magnetic field matches up with the incoming plasma shock wave. Hopefully it is slower than expected. Hopefully it doesn't have south-pointing magnetism. The next 24 hours will tell the tale. I will see you in the morning for the daily show. Be safe, everyone.
Well, ain't you sweet for being saying be safe? So they don't think it's going to be a Carrington level event, which is all well and good. But the thing is, that what they're not taking into account is that the magnetic field around the planet has been weakening over the centuries, right? And normally when it does that, it'll get to a point where it's so weak, then you'll have a polar shift, right? It'll flip. So north will become south, south will become north. Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria. Okay, so that's going on this weekend. So all my tech people, you know what's up with that. So I'm sure you got all your shit protected, so that's good. Because I don't know. It could be one of these things. I think we're at our solar maximum right now, so that's why we're getting all these coronal mass ejections, and they have better technology now to detect those things, even predict them. Well, just like the weather, like the meteorologists down here too. It's pretty wild. So next item up for bids here. Hopefully everyone's having a good evening so far. What happened? 1,000 kmp's faster than my tax bill. rise. Okay. Yeah. That's a pro tip from Space Boy. There, surge protectors are a good idea. Cause you never know. You might get that zoop. You may get that that extra energy that goes through your power lines, and then everything gets all crispy. You don't want that. So the next one here, I thought this was funny. It's like, I don't know if you watched that show, Andor, one of the Star Wars TV shows. It's one of the better things that they got going on over there at Star Wars. And so you get to see a little bit of the inside of kind of the bureaucracy of the Empire, right? So this is funny. This is who is this? This is Sunflower Stardust. This is Empirical HR. So of course, everybody has to have a human resources department. And so she's with Human Resources, and she's going around to these conventions, these comic book conventions, and getting on these people because the Empire's evil. She's a fucking cop, yo.
Amanda, sir, you're being cited for bringing your child to work. I'm with Imperial Human Resources. I think you know why you're getting these citations.
We're going to the gym.
Not on work hours, you're not. For indecency, for impersonating Lord Vader.
Yeah.
You burned the coffee. So I gotta cite you. What's this? To Dolores, the best HR employee. Thank you with all my heart. Too much bling. Yes.
I need helpers, not this ticket.
Yeah, well, you gotta fill out the paperwork and then we can talk. Do you wanna come work for the Empire? Okay, great. Would you like to come work for the Empire?
Oh my gosh, yes I would. I really support the job you guys are doing.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Down with the rebel scum.
Yes,
Right? Oh, that's great.
So no, you're not joining the Empire.
Look, I'd shave, but she likes it.
All right, whatever. For hanging fuzzy dice from the cockpit, obstructing your field of vision.
Oh, man.
For getting fur in the shower drain. For exaggerating your marksmanship ability on your resume. Alex, happy to have you join the Empire. You're going to be an Inquisitor, which means you have to report to Vader. So good luck with that.
Lord Vader.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know, you ever been at Comic-Con? You get the nutties around there. It's a fun environment, or at least it used to be. It's a little bit crazy now with too many people. They let way too many people. And it's too back in the days, it was just so nice. And now it's just like, not really. So that was, who is that? That was Sunflower Stardust. With that report, who's next? Okay. This one? All right. Okay. All right. So you married folks. I love the married folks. I like to hang out with my married friends when I can. Because they're all chill, man, you know. But my married friends don't ever try to like push like, you know, people on me like, hey man, we got this friend of ours, man. You know, she's really cool. She's very chill, man. You know, she's like, I think you'd be cool to hang out with her, man. I think you'd dig her, man. I'm like, wait. So I don't have, my friends are just like, fuck it. Who you date? You date anybody? All right, I don't care. What's up, Kiwi Corner? Better hope they release the free energy if the world keeps having blackouts using standard electric technology. Well, you know, it's funny because we use AC electricity that was discovered by Nikola Tesla, right? The same guy who managed to tap into 0-point energy, free energy, through the ionosphere with the Wardenclyffe Tower in New York, and was on the verge of a breakthrough, but his funding was cut because he wanted to give the shit. He wanted to put the free in free energy. And J.P. Morgan, I think, was one of his backers. Westinghouse, too, I think. And they're like, nah. So that's why you don't have... See, women, like I keep saying, we could have had free energy 100-something years ago. right? We probably be close to Star Trek right now. Moose says, my married friends remind me why I just date. Marriage isn't for everybody, right? You know, that's more of a cultural thing, right? It's just, you know, well, your parents, you know, obviously, you know, well, your parents, I guess you don't have to get married, but, you know, down south where I grew up, it's a big thing. It's like, when you get married, like, when you go mind your fucking business, is what and I don't, you know, it's not really nice to say that in church, but you know, sometimes you just gotta let people know. So yeah, anyway, so this next video is when you're fluent in wife, right? Your language is wife, you know what's going on. This is from Classics TV, but Classics has 3 I's in it, so it's CLASSIIICS. Okay, so Ionosphere, anal beads. This show has gotten way too highbrow. If you think anal beads is highbrow, I would love to pick your brain as to what lowbrow is, because wow. Anywho, anyway, so this is the Classics TV. This is kind of funny. So this is for you married folks. Enjoy.
Kind of tired. I think I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, cool. Wait, she said, I'm tired. So that means that we're tired and we need to go to bed. Right. But I don't want to go to bed right now. But that doesn't matter.
What's up, Zell?
Because we're tired. Yep. It's out of my hands. Well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
My ass is staying up and staying single. I just thought that was so funny, because I know people like that. They're like, I think I'm gonna go to bed, and you know, it's one of your buddies, and he looks at you like, he gives you that look like, you know, I gotta go to bed too. You know how this goes. Yeah, that's fine. Good stuff there. Okay. Let's see if anybody else slipped in here. If you're coming in late, we got a poll. Take the poll, please. Anal beads is getting hammered. Giggity. Wait a minute. Is there, do I get? Yeah, I got. Giggity, go. So there's that. So yeah. So 60% for why I keep taking these polls. 20% for butt plugs. Number 2. Backdoor is exit only, 15%, and 5% for anal beads. I think there's just not enough education about anal beads, and I think it gets a bad rap, right? It's like they think weed, like these uppities, you know, snoots, think that weed is a hard drug. It's like, no, it's not a hard drug. That's misinformation, right? Anal beads are your friends. So take the poll, please. Thank you. Father Guido Sarducci, School of Sex Squirt. We should do a poll for squirting. Is that a thing? I don't know, man. That just seems like a little much. Unless you got like a towel laying down there, you know, or something to sop it up. Because, you know, you got to sleep there. You don't want to squirt on the bed. That's like pissing in your bed. And I'm not convinced that has anything to do sexual. I just think it's just an excuse for the woman to take a pee-pee on you. Right? She said, oh, I'm squirting this. I know you're peeing on me. You're peeing on me, aren't you? You're like a female R. Kelly. You're pissing on me. Drip, drip, drip. No, it's my love juice. It's like, oh, no, it's your pee juice. There wasn't a both option. Oh, I know, right? We're so limited with these polls. We'll just say both is also why do I keep taking these polls? Because you know all these people say, why I feel so offended. You know you like putting stuff in your pooper. Kate, it's not piss. What is it? What kind is it? What kind of woman juice is that? All right, so men have semen, right? It's the fluid that carries your sperm. Women they lubricate themselves, right? So that, they can prepare for penetration. That's why a woman's vagina gets wet. It's just an automatic thing. It even happens in sexual assaults. That happens too. So it's more of your body knows that something's about to get in there, so it starts getting all juicy, right? But is it just like this? It's female ejaculate. That's not a thing. See women, of course. Yes. Instead of see man, is see women. I know, right? They're trying to make it all hot and sexy. The girl's just too lazy to get up and go to the bathroom, so she's just pissing on you. And Kate, don't you be peddling that misinformation on this show. You know we're about honesty around here. It's a fucking thing. I know it's a fucking thing. See, hey, you know what's up. Wait a minute. I missed the thing. Wait a minute. This is
dick crazy.
It may be, but it's more of a pussy crazy. So, okay. Scientist Kate, what's in female ejaculate, and what's it for? Is it lubricant? Is it used as lubricant for your vaginal love hole? Talk to me, Dr. Ruth. Right? I think that's like, I think that's a. Well, what is it then? If it's not pee-pee, what is it? What the fuck is it? You're a gaslighter. You're like telling me shit, but you ain't got no proof. I love you, Kate, and your female ejaculate. Anyway, and everybody else is female ejaculate too. Your aces, top shelf. So I like this broad. She's a broad comedian. Cause I like to call her broad. Stanzi Potenza. Why you keep saying ejaculate, but what's in it? In male ejaculate is seminal fluid carrying sperm, right? So it's like these proteins and shit. I don't know what's in that. But see, the woman jizz, that just sounds like some made up stuff, like you're trying to compete with men jizz. These conversations. Squirters were analyzed in Japan. It's partly piss. Come now, Kate. It's partly piss. See? And Dingo doesn't lie. Kate, you're advocating for some misinformation. I do not abide by that. So Stanzi Potenza, I love this chick. She's a cool broad. And she has some words of advice. Don't text your ex. Don't ever text your ex, right? You feel, even if you ended amicably, don't text your ex, okay? We love you.
Stop! You're about to text your ex. If you're receiving this right now, it's because you're about to text your ex, or you're thinking about doing so. Oh boy, the circus called. They're looking for sad little clowns like you. It's time to go splash some water on your face and go call a trusted friend. There are less destructive ways to embarrass yourself. The romance of the century or a recession indicator. Would you open your door to a home invasion? No? Then why would you open your heart to that lowlife bottom feeder? Aren't there enough horrors that life has to offer you? Why don't you try turning on the news? If pain is what you seek, why not just place your hand on a hot stove? Try doing yoga on a pile of Legos. Don't put your friends and family through this again. They can only tolerate so much of your insane behavior. Life isn't a demolition site waiting for you to bulldoze it. Put the phone down. Sorry, Bob the Builder. There's no tool in your box that can fix this mess. We sure hope you got that message hammered into your skull. Please don't the team.
Please don't fuck the team. Right? Yeah, don't text your ex. I've done it many a time, especially the drunk text. Oh boy. Wasn't pretty. So we're trying to help you here at the show. So that's Stanzi Potenza. All these are on YouTube tonight. So all my exes change their sexes. Do-do-do. I like animals, but at a distance. I grew up on a little small place there with a food garden. We had animals and stuff like that. It was nice. I miss that. I miss those. I miss the country like that, right? Out in the middle of nowhere. The closest neighbor was like a half mile away. It was nice. So you get the hey you up text. Now if if you're cool, but the hey you up text with your ex, that's dangerous. Because what if they're up and they call your bluff? They're like, yeah, come on over, come get this dick, or come get this pussy. Well, he says, one of my exes from college who was and still is a why did they we don't censor people on here. Why is it I'm gonna say bitch. Or maybe you put that in there, Willie, because you're a nice person. Okay. So we're gonna say bitch. Was a bitch, contacted me on MySpace in 2006. I never responded to that Karen. I'm very amicable with my exes. I don't hate them, but I don't keep up with them either. So it's just like, and that's the way. It's just like, you don't want to hate anybody, especially somebody you actually, you say you loved. That's kind of hypocritical to turn around and just hate somebody because it's over or something like that. Now if they do something that's worth hating, yeah, I mean, you come home and she's on the bed and she's got like 4 or 5 dicks in her, and then none of them are yours. You probably be a little upset about that and maybe not want to have anything to do with that person. I know that's an extreme case, but